Morning. How are you?
Pretty well. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Thanks for flattening.
I feel good. I actually
Good.
feel good, which
I feel good about this this section coming up, and I think I'll feel good tomorrow after I study more today. So I think I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So the grammatical concepts, the syntax. I'm not sure that we can do a whole lot of review of morphology together. Maybe we can if you want to do that. But syntax, is there anything that's still troubling people?
No, I just got to memorize a lot of it. That's what I was kind of planning on doing today. Was just memorizing the different syntax. But I guess for the most part, I got it.
Okay.
I just need to remember.
With the sequence of tenses, so the main verb is always a present or future tense and indicative, right? Either or.
So
I know
yeah. If the main verb is talking about the present or future, then it's primary, and if it's talking about the past, it's secondary.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be actually any mood it wants to be.
Okay.
You could have an indicative. You could have an imperative.
okay.
You could have a subjunctive. You could say, so, Skio, I know who you are. Or, Ikmihi, please tell me who you are. Or, let's discuss. Is that what I just said again? Just said who you are. I don't know exactly what that means, but let's discuss who you are.
And then so there's in the subsequent verbs, they're in the subjunctive, but I mean they don't have to be translated like a subjunctive, right?
Right.
Okay.
They have to be translated however we do that construction in
English.
So,
okay.
Indirect question is a grammatical, a logical reality, and then we have to figure out how the grammars of our individual languages deal with that reality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had a quick scheduling question. So I know we pushed this test back a day. Does that mean the final gets pushed back a day? Or
no, we're just
Okay.
gonna have one fewer day of review and also sort of breeze through Unit 18. Unit 18 is like, here are a bunch of things that we didn't say. Like the genitive of indefinite value. Yeah, you see that all the time. So it's sort of like we want to say that we have covered everything, so here are the little pieces that
Okay.
have to be.
Okay. I was just
But-
wondering because I like work. That's one of the random Saturdays that I work, and I was like, oh no, the finals
No.
will be on a Saturday.
No, we're not pushing back.
Okay.
We're not adding an extra day of class.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So you're all good on.
Yeah, I think it's just like practice still picking each one out and being able to like know which one it is without having to look back at like my options.
Mhm.
But that just takes more practice, which I'll do more of tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do some review. Let's give this a shot. I don't know how this will work, but Rachel,
Yeah.
will you ask Nathan to tell you about a grammatical concept, and then Nathan will ask Corey, and Corey will ask Rachel.
Okay.
So
Um,
no repeats. So,
Nathan, tell me about ablative of absolutes.
ablative absolutes.
Yeah, ablative absolutes. No of. That'd be genitive.
That is where it is separate from the main clause, and it is denoted with an ablative and a participle.
How would you
That
translate it?
So it'd be like with can't think of a good example off the top of my head. With the man, or I don't know, but it's like with something,
With the noun.
with the noun, and then it's not related grammatically or syntactically to the following part. So they could be like
So with
separated.
the noun, participling or having been
Participle.
participled or about to participle, about to be participle. Well, I suppose verb.
I mean, verb.
And you said an ablative and a participle?
Yeah.
Be more precise.
Noun.
An ablative what? Okay. A noun in the ablative case.
Yeah.
And then what,
And then-
what case
and
is the,
And then the verb is a participle.
in what case?
Present.
That's the tense. But it can be present or perfect or future. It doesn't matter.
Perfect or future.
What case?
Ablative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Noun and ablative in the ablative case. Noun and a participle in the ablative case. Rachel, did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Nathan?
So just any like what any of the syntactical ones.
Yeah. I mean, if you say explain a subject to me, I'll say you're letting them off easy. But
Right. So explain dative with certain intransitive verbs.
dative.
Dative with intransitive
deep end.
verbs. Yeah. Okay. It's like the most obscure thing that we like.
So I'm trying. I mean,
So yeah, that's when you have a what would you call it, like a clause, I guess, with without a subject. So there's no noun in the subject. Instead, the subject takes a dative case, and then the action is a passive third person action. Is that
So you're
Uh,
explaining how to make a dative that takes a verb that takes the dative passive, which is you do that by making it impersonal, but it doesn't have to be passive. The verb persuadeo tibi means I persuade you. It's active.
okay? Well, so you still have a verb without a proper subject, right?
Well, I persuade is a proper subject.
Well,
You're
yeah,
like,
but there's
you're
nothing
not-
in the nominative case, right?
Not ego persuadeo.
No.
It can be.
Well, then I don't know.
So we sort of move quickly from the active version of these to the passive version of these, so it doesn't surprise me that you're confused. Nathan, do you understand this?
Not really. That's why I asked.
Okay, good. Good.
Could I give it a shot?
Yeah.
Okay, so dative with an intransitive verb. Wouldn't that be, so an intransitive verb is one that like requires, I guess like, so a transitive verb, like verb's an object. So like there's an accusative case, but an intransitive verb doesn't take a direct object.
Doesn't take a direct object. Exactly.
So you'd put the object in the dative.
Well, it's not. It's you put. So there's some verbs that in English are transitive, and so they take an object, a direct object.
Mm-hmm.
Latin doesn't have a direct object, but the word that would be in English a direct object becomes a dative of reference.
Okay. Okay. And then it's only for the specific intransitive verbs that we get in that chapter? Or is it for any intransitive verb? You can have a dative of an intransitive.
A dative of reference?
Yes.
You can't, dative of references do not accompany all intransitive verbs. Like,
Okay.
I yawn. Intransitive. You can't yawn for somebody or to somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose you could, but you know.
That'd be weird. Okay.
That'd be weird. Yeah. So, but there are certain verbs that we think are transitive because in English they are transitive, but in Latin they're intransitive, made generally by a dative of reference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Corey, is that sort of clear?
Yeah, and just I should have remembered the direct object part. But what do you mean exactly by dative of reference? So I can conceptualize it better.
So,
like I remember in the examples and stuff, the nouns being like the agents being in dative or
well, okay.
like
so
to
that's
me.
when we're in the passive, yeah.
Okay.
The agent. If I feel benevolent, all right, I can feel that way just objectively. I just feel, right? But I can feel benevolent towards you. We're just staying in English. Not saying that benevolence takes dative of reference. Mine probably does. I can feel benevolent towards you. So that's a dative of reference. It's not necessarily sort of like an indirect object, but I'm not doing something for you. It's just the way I feel or am or I'm acting is in relation to you. Right? There's some sort of connection, reference to you. So in Latin, you can be in a state of obedience in relation to somebody.
Okay.
You can have an attitude of obedience in relation to somebody. In English, you say, I obey you, but Latin doesn't say that. It says, I am obedient in relation to you.
Okay.
And that's the dative of pareo tibi. We would translate that I obey you because we have a transitive verb to obey someone directly. Latin says I am obedient and then specifies in relation to whom you are obedient or to what.
Okay.
Nathan, is that?
Yeah. I was reading it on the page too, and it seems pretty clear.
Okay.
Like the persuasive
The only-
example they give, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So then, for all transitive verbs, regardless of whether they take a dative of reference or not, when they are in the passive, they have to become impersonal. So, Nathan, let's say I want to make passive this active sentence. I am yawning today. We'll just do it in English.
I was yawned today.
No, but that doesn't mean the same thing.
Didn't you say make it passive?
Yeah, but I want it to mean the same thing. So, like, I see the book is seen by me. It means the same reality is being indicated just in slightly different ways.
So I yawned.
So I am yawning today.
I am yawning today.
The active.
So I yawned today. I can't think of anything else besides I was yawned today.
But that doesn't mean the same thing. That would mean I somehow received the action of being yawned, which I don't know what that would mean.
That about it.
Corey, can you do it?
It'd be like, there was a yawning by me today.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
There was a yawning by me today.
There was a yawning by me. Okay.
So if Latin wanted to say that, which I don't know how you say to yawn. But anyway, that's how they would say.
There was a yawning by me today. Okay, that's trying to even the English is difficult on that.
Well, I mean, we don't like passives to start with, and certainly not impersonal passives. Whereas Latin likes passives all over the place.
Could we practice translating some impersonal passives?
Into Latin or from Latin?
From Latin to English.
Yeah. Okay, so let's actually practice first translating from active to passive, keeping it in Latin now. So nos manemos. Corey, what does that mean?
Can you repeat that?
It's in the group chat. Nos manemos.
Oh, okay. We are warning.
Monemos would be warning. Manemos.
Oh, yeah. So, is that to do or to work? No, thought it was hands or something to do with hands.
Manus is hand. Yeah, but this is nothing. Maneo, manere. We
remain.
Remain, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So nos manemos, we remain. Okay. So, Rachel, in English, how would you say that passively?
So this is not passive yet. So
so we did Latin to English, then I want to do English to English passive, and then English to Latin passive.
Okay.
So we're in English active, having done Latin active, English active. Now English active to English passive, and then
Okay. What was
English
the
passive.
English? So we remained.
We remain.
Okay. We remained. Then
are
we're going to
remaining.
passive. It was having been remained by us.
You're changing the tense. We remain. We are remaining right now. So
So remaining by us.
it is being remained, or there is remaining by us.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how do you make that into Latin? Do you know?
You would change the manemus to passive, but then you would have to add, which you'd put the on.
So it into passive and what person and number. So we keep the same tense, present, change active to passive, and keep the same mood, indicative, but what person and number. It is being remained.
Just it. So third person singular.
Exactly.
Okay. So mane to manetur nos, or not nos, 'cause then it's going to be the dative. So so manetur you said ablative? So te, but I guess
nobis.
or no, sorry, for some reason I was in. Okay, so no. So sorry, why I said ablative again? Oh,
because the agent is always ablative, except in the exception of the periphrastic, the passive periphrastic. But that should be, you should have trouble remembering that because ablative of agent should be so firmly stamped into let's see.
So in this example, then, so in the present tense, in the indicative, I guess the active. Sorry, it's plural, but then because it becomes impersonal in the passive, that's why it becomes a singular, and then third person.
Yeah.
Okay, so like there is, right? So it is, or there is.
There is, or it is. It's singular and neuter and third person.
Okay.
Yeah, good. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Cucuristi. So, Nathan, what does that mean?
I don't. I'm trying to remember his vocab word. To run, right?
To run.
Okay. So that's just I ran. Is that the perfect?
That would be kukuri. Kukuri would be I ran. Kukuristi.
Oh. You run.
You
ran.
Or
you ran. You ran.
You ran, exactly.
Yeah, you ran.
So, can you make that passive in English?
uh, you are run. I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
No, don't. So make it mean the same thing, right? So I ate the sandwich. The sandwich was eaten by me. We don't want to say
So
I was eaten by the sandwich or
the
something.
running was done by you.
Yeah, there was a running
There was a running done by you.
by you. Yes,
Okay.
it was run by you. But that's yeah. There was
Okay.
a running by you. Okay, so Corey, could you then make it a passive version of this sentence in that?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Is the way it is in the chat? Is that perfect?
Mm-hmm. Second
Okay,
person
okay.
singular, perfect, active, indicative.
Yeah. So this would be like um, what conjugation is that? It's
Third.
third. Okay. So when it's in passive, since it's third, it's not going to take the regular passive endings, right? It's just going to be like a indicative ending. I can't remember.
Everything in the perfect system is regular. There's no difference depending on
Oh,
conjugation.
okay. Okay. So it'd be ku cor corritor.
Quoditur would be the present. Yes, there
Quoditur.
is a running, but we want to say there was a running. So you want third person singular, perfect, passive, indicative.
Person. So cursustor or cursutor.
No, how do you do? Remember, passives are compounds.
Yeah. Oh, so it'd be a cursus. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Erat, would it be? No.
Cursus est. It's actually cursum est because it's it.
Oh,
It's neuter.
yeah, that's right.
And then there was a running by you.
And then that would be te. Would it be?
Exactly. Cursum est ate. There was a running by you.
Why the sum again, or the M on the end of coursum?
Because the subject is impersonal, but you've got to figure out what gender numbered case that impersonal nothingness is. And it is neuter, singular, and third person.
Okay.
Closest.
And then in
It
third,
is,
What kid are you referring to? There was a running.
are you,
or there was a running, or it was run. There.
so you have to decline it
Yeah.
in.
In compounds, yes, the participle form
Yeah,
has to agree with
I'm
the
blanking on what
subject.
declension that is.
Cursus aum, it's a 2-1-2 adjective. So this is neuter nominative singular.
Oh, nominative singular. Okay. For some reason, I think my charts in my head were overlapping, and I was like, third person. It should be at the bottom. But that's. I don't know.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I get that now. So nominative, neuter nominative.
Okay. Let's see. Query et quae can. You know canto cantare? Maybe you only know canno cannere.
To sing, right? Canto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. I love this so much. So, I don't think you do actually know it. Nope, you don't. You only know canno cannere. So, let's rewrite this. So canno cannere, it's a third. So pueri et prelae canant. What does that mean, Rachel?
So canant's a subjunctive.
Mm-hmm.
So then a subjunctive, and then it's one of the independent uses of a subjunctive. And then so it's so let the boy and the girl sing.
How many?
The
Pueri et prelae.
oh, I had well, okay. So let the boys and the girls sing.
Exactly. Let the boys and the girls sing. Okay. Nathan, can you make that passive in English?
Okay. Let
Mm-hmm.
let the singing let let the something let the singing be done by the boy and girl.
Let there be singing by
By the-
boys and girls.
Okay. Let there be singing. That was close. That was close.
Yeah, we're getting there. Okay.
We're getting there. Each time we're getting slightly closer. Yeah. Okay.
So Corey, could you make that in Latin?
Let's see. Well, just to get the boys and the girls out of the way, that would be
Good. Get the boys and the girls out of the way.
yeah. So that'd be pueris et puellas or puelis.
Elise? Yes?
Yeah.
Good. So we will not be tempted to use them as subjects or anything.
Yeah.
Get them out of the way. Make that subject the agent. Good.
But so this is a hortatory.
Hortatory.
Yeah. Which, so would it? Okay, so that would be like. And what conjugation is this verb? I'm sorry.
Canno cannere.
Oh, okay, so it'd be first.
Canno cannere.
Oh, second.
So I'm
or
not
third?
saying cannere.
Okay,
I'm saying cannere.
so it's third.
Which means the E is short because the accent has receded to the antepenult.
Right.
So it's third.
Yeah, and then I have just problem hearing the difference between the short A and the short E. But
Well, there's no short A.
oh yeah, you're right. So it's just a long A.
So it would be canare, canere, canere, canire. There are no verbs canare, canere, or canire. But anyway, pretending.
Okay, so it would be con imini. Would it be imini?
So what's the subject that you want?
I'm sorry.
So what form of the verb are you making? You're making the present, passive,
Imperative.
subjunctive.
Subjunctive. Oh. Okay.
We're saying let there be singing. Let it be sung.
Yeah.
So what person number is that?
It'd be so third person singular,
Third person singular.
and then is that future perfect?
No, it's present. Present subject.
Subjunctive. Okay. So it'd be contoured. Contoured.
Conatur.
Contoured. Okay.
But remember, he be a fire. Conatur.
Okay.
Conatur a puelis et puelis. Puelis et puelis. Let there be a singing
By the boys and girls.
by the boys and girls. Good. Okay. Are we making progress?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. Can we now do this without into English explicitly? You think we can do that?
Let's do
Give
it.
it a shot. Let's do it a shot. I like that.
Okay.
Not very many first intransitive verbs, so this is. If anyone can think of one. You can fall. Yes, that's interesting. So ruo, I fall. You can all think first person to make that passive wins prize.
What are you asking us to make that verb passive?
So
like ruator.
ruitur. Good. Ruitur, and then let's say we wanted to specify there was a falling. Well, by whom? Ruitur.
Ami.
Ame.
Okay, exactly. This is your prize. Okay, so then, I think we're ready to move back into the topic with which we began, which is how to make datives, intransitives that take datives of reference into passives. Okay. Alright, so creditis mihi. Corey, can you translate that?
Yeah. So, are you all believing me, or do you
Yes.
all believe me?
Do you all believe me? Which is a transitive way to talk about that. In English, more literally, are you
Believed by me?
believing in reference to me? Right?
Yeah.
Are you trusting in relation to me? Something like that. So we say, do you believe me? Do you trust me? So, Rachel, could you make that passive in English?
So do you all believe me? Is there believing to me? Is there trust?
They're believing to me by
you.
Okay, great. Great,
Okay.
great, great. Now, Nathan, can you put that into Latin?
So is there believing in you, or
In me.
So is there believing in you, or in me,
In me.
by you?
Exactly.
Is there believing? So it'd be credi. Is there? So creditor.
Creditor?
Yeah. So creditor. Ah, in you by me. So would that be in you? That'd be te, and then
In me, not in you. In me,
Oh.
he said.
so is there believing?
Creditor?
So
In
then
me?
May. So May.
No, it's still dative.
Oh, so me or
Me.
yeah.
Creditor mihi is there believing in me by you.
And then so te,
Ate.
ate. So believing in me by you. Believing in me by you. Why would that be mihi then? Is that because I thought that the te would be data, data, and then me.
Why would the te be dative?
No, I get that. I get the te. I said the. Never mind.
Alright, no, if you're not clear, we should clarify that.
So te isn't the data of that.
No, te is the ablative. Te is the ablative of agent. Ate. By
Right.
you.
See, I thought it'd be reversed. I thought the mihi would be the dative, and the te. Or I'm sorry, the other way around. The te would be in the data. The you would be in the dative, and the me would be.
What? Who's doing the believing? Well, it should really be up. Creditis me? Mihi? Who's believing? Are we at? Whose belief are we asking about?
So you all are.
You all. Do y'all believe? So, is there a believing in me by you all? The agent has to be y'all. It's the same person who's doing the action, or who's actually the questioning.
Okay.
And then the belief is in relation to me in both cases. Right? Do you all believe me? Is there believing by you all in me?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Rachel, could you translate that?
Okay. Get the Father forgives the sons.
Except ignoskere is a third, so ignosket.
Okay. Is this... So that could also be in the.
Not also. Ignosket would be the present. So ignosket. What is that?
You said, I'm sorry, which conjugation did you say this was? Okay. Right, so it doesn't have the short E.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it doesn't have the E that like
That
stretches to an I.
Yeah. The weak E. Yeah.
And then if it's the regular short E. So it'd be imperfect and then a third conjugation, so it wouldn't have to be a. So
You're really close.
future.
It is third. Yes, future.
Okay. So the father will forgive the sons.
Okay, the father will forgive the sons. Corey, could you make that Latin?
You mean passive? Make it passive?
Well, okay,
Oh,
yes. I was going to have you
you mean
directly
like-
make it Latin and passive, but go ahead. Yeah, make it English and passive too.
So there was a forgiving by
There
the
will be a
father
forgiving.
to the sons, or there will be a forgiving towards the sons by the father.
Yes. So
Okay.
when we're translating, what should you do first to make sure you don't get yourself confused? If you were to ask to do this.
I figure out the construction, find my verb, and then figure out my subject and my object.
Yeah, and then once you've figured out the subject, what is the thing that's not going to change going from active to passive?
That's a good question.
If you have a dative with an intransitive verb.
Well, I guess the dative won't change.
Yeah, the dative of reference won't change. So
Yeah.
start with Phillies. That's not going to change, right? It will help you avoid any temptation to do anything strange, right? And then, okay, so to the sons remains the same. Now, instead of the father will forgive, we have to say by the father. So, a patre, yeah, and then there will be a forgiving.
There will be a forgiving.
Mhm.
So that would be third person singular.
Mhm. Mhm.
Will be just plain future,
Yeah,
passive, active.
just passive, not passive active.
Okay. So
Passive
ignos
and then indicative.
ketur.
Ignos statur. Exactly. Ili isa patre ignos statur. There will be a forgiving by the father to the sons. Nathan, since English since in English this verb is a transitive to forgive, how would that sentence be in English? How would we say that regularly?
The forgiving.
So the father will forgive the sons.
The father will. What?
The sons.
The sons are forgiven by the
Will
father.
be forgiven by the father. Yeah, and that's how we would do it in English because it's a transitive, and so we can have a personal passive construction. But in Latin, this is not a transitive verb, and so the passive construction has to be in person.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to keep reviewing, or else we can go and read a passage from Caesar's Gallic Wars?
Caesar.
Yeah, whatever everyone wants. I'm impartial.
Yeah,
Caesar's
good.
Yeah, so we can do Caesar.
Okay, so it's on page 228. Okay. And I think the vocabulary, yes, is organized alphabetically instead of by appearance, which makes it a little tricky. But if you run into a word that you don't know, try a glossary, but alphabetically. Okay. So Caesar, as you know, expanded the Roman Empire in Gaul significantly. And he observed the peoples, though of course his is not an impartial observation. But some of the earliest reports we have of the Celts, I suppose we would call them, or the Gauls. Okay. Celtic people. Okay. In omni Gallia eorum hominum qui aliquo sunt honore genera sunt duo. Nam plebs prene servorum habet loco, quae nihil audet per se ad nullum consilium ire potest. Who wants to start us off?
I'll try, I guess. Okay. I don't know. Aliquio. I don't know what the verbs are. I don't remember what the verbs are. Aliquio.
Aliquio, where are you getting it? Aliquo, oh. Aliquo? Aliquis?
Oh, that's someone.
Yes.
Okay. So, in Gaul, or in all of Gaul, I don't know.
Well, okay. In all Gaul, all right, we need a verb and we need a subject.
All of Gaul.
Now you see, eorum hominum qui aliquo sunt honore genera sunt duo. So what construction do you see going on? Any clauses that you could mark off?
I see two clauses.
What clauses?
So, was that an indirect statement?
What clauses do you see? You gotta tell me so I can tell you.
I don't know. I see soon twice.
Okay.
So
you see soon twice. Do you see any subordinating clause markers, like a relative pronoun?
Yes. You see qui.
Okay, so qui, meaning that would start off your relative clause. So
okay.
Put parentheses around that.
So all of Gaul.
Okay, sorry, pause. So start your parentheses before qui, and then normally you'd end it after sunt, but actually here you end it after honore. So qui aliquo sunt honore is a relative clause. So the main clause is eorum hominum genera sunt duo. Okay?
What? Okay. I don't understand what you just said, but
okay, look at your lap.
Okay.
Take your pen and put a parentheses in front of the word qui.
Okay.
Okay. Then go qui aliquo sunt honore. You see that word 4 words later? Honore.
Yeah.
Parentheses after honore. Okay? So put qui in honore.
And honore is a compare. No, it's not.
Don't worry about that right now, right? All you've done is put that in parentheses. Okay? What? I just put it in the group chat. What kind of clause is that?
I don't know.
Well, if it has a relative pronoun, then it is a...
Relative clause.
Exactly. Okay, so if it's a relative clause, it's not the main clause. So we will temporarily forget about it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the main clause is what's left. Eorum hominem genera sunt
So it's
duo. Okay, and that's what you need to translate, and then go back and pick up your relative clause.
Okay. So in Olive Gaul,
Mhm.
in Olive Gaul, there what or suit. There is. I don't. There is.
Sunt is plural. There are.
Oh, so there are
Mm-hmm.
his men, or his,
Where's men? His men?
or I don't know, Yoram. So that's like he. And that'd be
But
like a
what?
personal pronoun for.
It's a demonstrative adjective, and
Uh,
what case is it?
it's
Orum.
genitive plural. But I
Genitive
thought it could
plural.
be used as a personal. It could be used as a personal pronoun too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's genitive, and hominum is genitive plural. So don't
Oh,
take
so
the genitives first. You need to find a subject, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Is it in Olive Gaul?
Yeah, in Omnigalia, in Olive Gaul, but that's not the subject. That's a prepositional phrase.
Then I don't know what the subject is. Then it has to be genera.
Genera, and is that nominative?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Genera. Yes, it is. Genus, generis is a neuter third declension. So genera is nominative plural.
Okay.
And duo agrees with it.
So that's two. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
in Olive Gaul, there are
genera. Races. A race? Isn't it like a race, like a people?
Well, a genus is a race or a type. So duo genera is not a race, but
two races.
Two races.
Or so two peoples.
Two peoples. Two classes, maybe.
Oh, okay. So in Olive Gaul, there's two classes.
There are two classes. Eorum hominum. It's genitive plural.
Oh yeah. So of people of his people or
of the people. Not well. You could say it could be of the people of them. It could be a personal pronoun, but eorum could just mean be a demonstrative of these peoples or of the people.
Okay, so of the people.
Good. Qui.
Who?
Now we can do our relative.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So who?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone.
Well, who is the subject? So what you go to next?
The verb.
Good.
So who is?
It's plural.
Or who?
Who are?
Oh, who are?
Who are, and then you have aliquo and honore. What case are those both in?
They are both in the ablative,
Ablative.
yeah,
Ablative.
ablative,
So you have an adjective, aliquo, and a noun, onore. So now you have to figure out how to translate that adjective and noun. Who are
I forgot what honor is. Is it
is honor.
so are on? Isn't that anyone? So anyone
Anyone or anything or some as an adjective.
who are
Any.
some honorable, any honorable.
Well, don't make it an adjective. Honorable is an adjective, right? Honor is a noun. So what's a basic translation for an ablative?
Basic translation for an ablative. I mean, by, in, which.
Okay, with. By, in, with. So who are what?
With some honor.
Good. Perfect. Can you do that sentence one more time?
In all of Gaul,
Mm-hmm.
there are two classes.
Mm-hmm.
There are two classes. The people, or
the people.
Of the people who are with some honor.
Good. Okay. So there are two classes of people who have some honor, right? And then he's going to explain how, like, the peasants or whatever, peasants is a medieval word, but the low class people are the plebs. They have absolutely no honor.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know about the plebs.
So it's not like, well, but this is the Celtic plebs.
Right, I know. I know.
But
I
yeah,
know. Just the lower class, the peasants.
The lower class, exactly.
I get it.
Okay. Are you all tracking so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think this is sort of tricky. Okay. Well, before loco, we have to supply in. And then before odd, you really should supply et. Okay. Given that, yeah, Corey, you want to take a stab at it?
Sure. So my habitur is my main action, main verb, and that's passive. So is this intransitive?
No. Habeo, I have something.
Yeah.
Hold.
Yeah. So they hold, or he holds. He is held.
He is held. And there's actually a subject expressed, and that's the plebs.
Yeah, the common people. For the common people.
The common people
are held. Of the slaves in that place?
So the common people is held in loco servorum.
So the common people is held in location with the slaves?
In location, in the location, or even in the place.
In the place of slaves?
On the place of slaves. And then paine means what?
So paine.
Anyone?
Not punishment, is it? No.
Poor?
No. No. Almost, practically.
Oh.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Depleting middle class?
Yeah. So, say
Just
that again?
No, nothing. Just
No.
absurdity.
They're really like serfs, right? They're
Okay.
practically in the place of slaves.
Okay. So that's what it's saying, is that they're...
Yeah, kind of almost, but pretty much.
Oh, almost.
Practically.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
All right, the plebs, que nihil
1 second.
audet per se. Yeah, take your turn.
Okay. So quae nihil adet per se.
Mhm.
Who?
Yes, who, the common
who-
people is a feminine noun, so
Mm, mm,
who,
they don't. Who hear nothing.
well, audet, not audit here, but audeo, audere. If
Listen.
you're audacious, nope.
Audacious. They're bold.
It's not
Who are
bold, yes, they
not
dare.
are nothing bold.
They dare nothing. Yes.
They what?
To dare, audeo is to dare.
Okay, so they dare
So
nothing.
they dare nothing. They dare to do nothing, per se.
Per se, according to
Yes.
for themselves.
According to themselves, yes.
According to themselves.
Or on their own, right? If you're per se something, it means on your own or according to yourself. So they don't dare to do anything on their own, right? On their own initiative, per se. And they potest ire ad nullum consilium.
They are not able.
Well, they are able.
Or they,
ire.
yeah, sorry. They are able to. That's like towards counsel, but
To nullum consilium.
nullum.
If something is null and void,
Nullum? Right,
has
it's
no power.
zeroed out. It's nothing.
Yeah, so no, yes, they are able to go to
Okay.
no
counsel.
So they aren't able to go to any council, we would say, but Latin says they are able to go to no council.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay, so you following that?
Mhm.
Okay, so the plebs in Rome can vote. The plebs, so to speak. I mean, not that anybody votes in Gaul, but you know, Caesar's trying to explain his observations in very Roman terms. Okay. Multi pecunia carentes aut viribus aliorum fortiorum pressi se in servitutem tradunt nobilibus. Rachel?
Okay, so querentes. Something about you. I'm not sure what querentes is.
Carreo, carrere.
To lack.
To lack.
Yes. So multi, many people.
Then that's you lack though. So
No. Carent.
So that
Carres
is the
lack.
present active participle. Many people lack money.
Lacking money, yes.
Aut viribus aliorum. So to
What does out mean?
I'm not sure.
Or.
Oh, okay. So lacking money or
And then we need another adjective to describe many people. So many people either lacking money or
strength.
No.
No.
Aut pressi, sorry, veribus alium fortiorum.
Okay.
Many people are either lacking money or having been pressi.
Oppressi is like oppressed, but then pressi is just like press or to push.
Yeah, press, pushed, oppressed is probably not wrong either.
Okay. Being pushed.
Pressured, maybe.
Okay, so many people lacking money and pressured.
Pressured by the viribus aliorum fortiorum. Viris would be by men. Viribus is that weird third declension.
So would it be strength then?
Yes, by the strength.
Okay.
Sorry.
Of some
other
brave, or no, fortified.
No, fortis is strong, so fortior is stronger, so fortiorum is
okay.
First by the strength of other.
By the strength of some strong, like men.
Yes. Okay. So many people either in financial straits or being politically pressured by people who have more influence than they do. What do they do?
So se in servitutem tradunt nobilibus. So, but no, that's said. So themselves. Okay, so tradunt, betray. They betray themselves.
It can be betray or just hand over.
Okay. So they hand themselves over into it's like servitude.
Servitude.
Okay.
And
then
they hand themselves over to somebody,
right? Nobles.
Exactly.
Okay. So they hand themselves over to the nobles and or as servants to the nobles.
Yeah, they sort of put themselves in indentured
servitude. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to reconstruct the actual political situation 2,000 years ago from the perspective of somebody who didn't really care to give a fair and unbiased record and had no training in this. But, whatever. Yes, okay.
Okay.
And then quibus in hos eadem omnia sunt iuraque dominis in servos. So to these men, this is sort of tricky, so I'm just going to do it. To these men, over, so these men being the nobles, over these men being the people who have given themselves into servitude, there are all the same laws which apply to masters over their servants, over their slaves. So maybe they can't be bought and sold, but other than that, they're slaves. Okay, so we started out, however, by saying there are two types of people who have honor. It's clearly not the plebs. The plebs has no honor. But there are two types of people among the Gauls who have honor. Nathan, you want to pick it up?
Sed de his duobus generibus alterum est druidum.
Alterum, druidum. Yes.
So let's see. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, but but there is but
Yeah, S.
concern
There.
but there is
Where's the subject?
uh Alterum, Druidum.
Yeah, alterum is the subject.
Okay.
Druidum is actually genitive plural.
Okay.
So alterum genus.
Alterum.
So alter, one and another. When you have two instances of the word alter,
Okay.
translate the first as one and then the next is the other. So there is one.
There is one people.
Yes, one class.
One class.
Which is druidum.
Yeah. One class of druids.
Yes, the one class is of druids, and then go back to the prepositional phrase, de his duobus generibus.
So, there's one class of druids. But concerning this two?
These
two concerning these two people.
Classes. But maybe from these two classes, one class
What?
is of druids, right?
Yeah. I have no idea.
I just repeated what you said. Slightly
one
clear
class.
English.
Yeah.
Okay. So said but de his duobus generibus, from these two classes, alterum, one is of druids, and then alterum equitum, go down to the end of the sentence. Skipping over that relative clause. Alterum equitum.
Anyone.
No, so if alterum meant one, then alterum, the next one means the other.
Oh, so the other.
Equus, equitus is in your glossary.
I don't remember, but is that like the upper class?
No, it's just right in this glossary.
Horsemen.
Horsemen, yes.
But that is like the upper class, like the equestrians, right? They were like in the horsemen. I thought that was like
they were the not the top class in Rome, but the second class. So there are two classes. One is druids and the other knights.
Yeah.
So that sounds horrible because that makes me think of 14th century England. They're not knights like that, but some sort of horsemen. Okay,
they're just saying they're
so
like
the one class. Yeah. The one class is of druids, quibus unus fortissimus prae est, over whom one, the most powerful one, right, prae est, is in charge.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Is everyone tracking?
Yeah.
Corey, would you take the next sentence?
Okay, so intersunt is a main verb.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like so. So what is rebus?
Reis rei.
Uh,
Remember that?
say that again.
This is Reis rei. It's a fifth declension. Res publica means the public thing. Res means thing.
Okay, so
Or thing, matter, situation, affair. Anything.
so is this a there's no nominative, right? Or is it in the verb? The subject is in the verb.
Ili, I think is nominative.
Oh, I was thinking that was dative. Okay, so so that rebus, so that
Those men.
thing,
Right.
or the okay, sorry. Oh, it's plural. Okay, yeah. So those men concern themselves or are concerned with the gods,
Yeah, with well, divine things, with
divine things. Okay,
religious
so
affairs, right? Because maybe you don't know what a druid is. Probably if you're an ancient Rome. Not sure. Yeah. Right. So they concern themselves with religious affairs. Sacrificia publica et privata faciunt.
and but faciunt. They make sacrifices for the public and the people.
Now, where are you getting for?
Or well, I'm not. I'm supplying it out of
Yeah.
the
Okay, so what
awkwardness.
kind of word is publica?
Publica is a state, and that would be
No, publicus aum is an adjective.
oh, so the people.
And privatus aum is private. It's an adjective. It's not a noun. No. So adjectives must agree in gender number in the case of the nouns they modify. What noun does publica modify?
Publica modifies I guess a sacrifice.
So they make publica et privata sacrifices.
Public sacrifices. Public and private sacrifices.
Exactly. They make public and private. They perform public and private sacrifices. Good. Good. Rachel, you want to take the next sentence?
Yeah. Ad eos magnus adolescentium numerus disciplinae causa curit. So right off the bat, my verb is curit, which is he, she, it runs.
Good.
Towards this, Magnus Adolescent. Great. What's in the nominative? So Magnus. So towards this, Magnus.
Magnus.
So
numerus.
Great number.
A great number. Adolescentium, which is sandwiched.
Young
nestled.
people. Oh.
Adolescentium. Note the case. A great number.
Of young people.
Yeah, probably young men.
Okay, so a number of young men. So to cause
So they curret ad eos.
They curret ad e. Okay, so they run to this.
To not this, that would be id. Eos.
To him.
That would be eum. Accusative, you're in masculine. But eum is singular, eos is not singular.
Wait, eos is. Sorry, say that one more time.
Eos is not singular. Eum would be singular.
So they run to them.
Yes, okay, so a large number of young men run to them, and then disciplinae causa, you take the preposition causa first, for the sake of discipline.
Of discipline.
Of training, yes, of their training. Okay.
Where'd you get of training?
Because the glossary it says disciplina training.
Oh, okay. Okay. So for place after for the sake of training.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you want me to keep going to the So manioque he sunt apud eos honore. Sunt. So they are.
Yeah. These men are.
No.
Manio honore.
Are honore. With much honor.
Yes, they are with great honor. Apud eos.
Of great honor. Apud. I'm not sure what apud is.
Apud. Among.
Okay, among those men.
Them. Yeah, those men. Them. Okay, so did you understand what you just read?
So young men go to train and then so they can have the greatest honor?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So young men flock to sign up to be a druid.
Okay.
Because the druid is the guy with the most power, authority, and honor in this society.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hip thing to do. Good. Okay. Now, I'm just going to translate a lot of this, and then we'll get down to the bottom and talk about something. Nampaine de omnibus controversiis publicis privatis constituunt. Okay. For constituent, they make the decisions. De paine, we would say, about practically all controversies, both public and private. Is everyone following me? See where I got that? Okay. And si quod est scelus factum, if there is any crime committed, si quis interfectus est, if anybody is killed, si de finibus controversia est, if there's a controversy about boundaries or borders, idem, the same people, these same guys, constituunt, decide, quid faciendum sit. What is the construction there? They decide, idem constituent, the same guys decide, quid faciendum sit. Sit is what mood?
Subjunctive.
Subjunctive. Okay, so we have to figure out
So that's
why
a
is it subjunctive.
future passive participle.
Yeah, we have a future passive participle, so it's a future passive periphrastic, but
So what might be
why is
made?
it subjunctive? Say that again for it.
Is that what might be made?
What must be made or what must
Or-
be done,
Yeah, it must be done.
but why is it subjunctive?
Because it's a. Is it because it's a condition? Or is it because it's a?
Not a condition. There's no if.
Right. Okay. So then, because it's a. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah. Quid.
It's a sequence of tenses. It's a.
Well, the sequence of tenses does apply, but the sequence of tenses just tells you what tense you want. It doesn't tell you that you need a subjunctive.
Indirect question.
Indirect question, right? Good. Right? It's not a oot purpose clause or oot indirect command, but quid facendum sit, an indirect question. They decide what must be
What
done.
must be
So they
done.
decide the answer to the question, what should be done? Okay. Good.
So it's active in meaning. Is it?
Must be done. No. Passive.
No, I mean the sit.
Oh, yeah. I mean the periphrastics. Yeah. What is, and then facendum, we translate the participle separately. Happen to be done. And you can rephrase that as what must be done.
Okay.
Okay. You good?
Mhm.
Okay. Then I will let you take a break and then take the quiz or the test, first part of the test, and then the first part of tomorrow we will dedicate to the test. And I would say for sure the syntax that we've been hammering over the last 2.5 days, we should really.
Okay. So we start the test in the morning for the first half.
You'll start class with the test. Yeah.
Okay, and then so tonight just study, right? Is that our homework?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
So when we're coming back from the breaks, when we come back from the break, the first half will be ready.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll go make it available right now.
All right. Sounds good. See you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. See you. Bye.